Hey guys, Luke here, and welcome back to episode 14 of my West Tigers Rugby League Live 3 Coach Mode, Career Mode, Manager Mode. There we go, got all the names out of the way. Now, last episode was a big episode. If you haven't seen it, I suggest highly go back and watch it. Robbie Farah retired effective immediately, and that leaves us in a bit of disarray for next season. There was a few options we could have had for next year. Obviously, could have went with Charrington or Lawani. Didn't really think they were kind of up to scratch for a push for the premiership. We made some really strong signings next season already, and I thought we needed to have the hooker to match that. There wasn't too many experienced players left in the market, considering it's been it's so late in the season. So a little bit of a panic sort of signing, but we've gone with a long-term signing of Cameron King. He's not on a huge contract, so that's a little bit reassuring. But we have got Charrington as a backup, and we've already re-signed Lawani as well. So we have got some backups. They are good backups, but in terms of full-timers at this stage, Charrington probably not ready, but we've gone with him for these the rest of the season. We kind of have to at this stage. Like I said, Farah retired effective immediately, so that's not really good for us. You can see he's actually involved in the play here, Charrington. Now Cameron King, there was a lot of big rats of him back in the day, well, not back in the day, but when he first came into sort of first grade contention. I think it was a World Club Challenge, played well, got injured, and ever since then just constantly injured. But I think he was always seen as, the next in line at the Dragons to play hooker before Rain, took the reins. No pun intended, but he took the reins due to Cameron King's injury. So it would have been interesting to see in real life what would have happened had Cameron King not constantly had the injuries. But, I mean, on this game, injuries don't really mean shit. I don't think there's such thing as, injury-prone players in this game. So, it should be nice to have a nice little speedy hooker. He can sort of do everything. He's maybe like a light version of Farah, hopefully. Just a younger version, I have to say, until Charrington, gets the experience needed. But so far, so good from Charrington. I mean, we are winning 2-0 against the Knights, and after the last few games that we've played against some of the top sides, they're not sort of huge top sides, but in particular, the Storm is a top side, and the Raiders, they're a competitive side. So two pretty tough games, and especially the Raiders game, considering, well, not especially, but that was a tough one in terms of we had to deal with Farah getting injured and had to throw Dean Hallertau into hooker, but we did quite well there, and we're not running with a Lawani on the bench or anything. We're just going to assume that if anything happens to Charrington, that Dean Hallertau can come in and do the job if he needs a bit of a spell or whatever needs to happen. But it's been a pretty good start, I have to say. I mean, we had the try, we had a penalty goal. So 8-0, I was feeling in total control of this game, and they just come up with a few little palms there. I think it's Dane Gagai, I think it was, who's caused quite a few problems with us the first game of the season. I think it's Chris Lawrence up against him this time. I'm not sure if that's who he was up against last time. I think it might have been Simona, but Simona couldn't handle him last game, and looks like Chris Lawrence isn't having too much of a better time, I'd have to say, judging off that first try. But 8-6, I don't feel it's kind of deserved. I don't feel it's deserved at all, actually. Come up with a big tackle. I think it's Marty Tapau, forcing McManus over the sideline. McManus is rated really well in this game, faster than Uarte and that sort of stuff. So he's no joke, McManus, in this game. So good tackle. And I feel like we're lacking a little bit of a killer blow here, a little bit of leadership missing. But Curtis Sirenin comes up with a field goal right in half time, and we could have went for a try or some sort of bomb, just hope for the best. But we decided to go for the field goal, just due to the fact if it does become a little bit of a even close match than what it is, we've already got that field goal under our belt. We don't have to worry about doing it, especially considering I haven't kicked too many field goals in my Rugby League Live 3 career so far. Especially with Curtis Sirenin not really renowned for kicking field goals, and Pat Richards is sort of the specialist, but he wasn't in position there, and I don't know how often he'll get in position as a winger, so I thought we'd take the chance while we had it. Now right here, Uarte goes super close to scoring there. I think it was Buchanan and someone else ended up making the tackle after Tedesco missed him. But, we're sort of on the ropes here. It's looking a little bit dangerous there. The Knights are coming last, I think, on the ladder, and the next game is the Sharks as well. So both sides, very winnable games, and especially our top four aspirations that we have, we definitely need to win, and it's taking a turn for the worse here. Clydesdale went over and scored, so we've got a 1-point lead at this stage, moving to a 3-point lead as Tyrone Roberts ends up slotting the goal there. Interesting to see Jeremy Smith not kicking the goals this time around as he was last time. Quite funny there. But Uarte bumps off one player. Tedesco comes up with a tackle, and that one player was Pat Richards, by the way. Now Tedesco ends up grabbing the ball here off his shoelaces there, as a lot of the pickups usually are in this game. But he ends up coming with a really shitty play there. I don't know if that actually was forward, but I mean, it got ruled forward, so we can't really contest that. Got to move on from that. So Knights ended up nearly scoring immediately, but they didn't. And Matthew Lodge ends up with the ball here off a grubber. Can he go all the way? Doesn't look like it. I think that might be Tyron Roberts who ran him down there. But it was a nice little run. But as you can see, he didn't really take off much of the pressure here. But Tedesco is going to take the ball, and he gets it, and an offload there. It wasn't the greatest, but Sirinen finds himself with a bit of space and keep drawing and passing, and Chris Lawrence is ended up tackled on the sideline, and we're playing catch and footy here, and it's something I do struggle with against the legendary, defense. I find they come up with that last-ditch tackle, that the slide. They can read, whenever I should be, just running with the ball, they read it and, make the tackle. If I pass, they, slide real early and make the tackle. But Kevin Aguama, I think it was, came up with a very uncharacteristic error under pressure, and says he wasn't really under pressure at all, but it was high pressure circumstances in terms of chasing points at the end of the game. Top 4 spot on the ladder on the line against, a minnow side sort of. Sorry to Knights fans, but, at this stage, not really a top side or anything. And we're going to drop in the ball. Sione Matadi, I think, was the one who ended up running away and scoring. And very, very disappointed that we ended up losing that game, because obviously a very winnable game. And after going so close and contesting so hard with the Storm, who, as you can see here, tied for first, competing for 80 minutes. It really was an 80-minute game, and to drop points to a team like the Knights, I wasn't very happy with that, and we're hoping we could strike back, very, very strong against the Sharks. But at the same time, it does show the effectiveness Robbie Farah had for us. I mean, he can do it all. We didn't really limit his game. At the start of the season, I went to Robbie Farah and I said, obviously, got to stop being a dickhead to the coach and that sort of stuff. And obviously, I've been getting along quite well with Robbie Farah, as you can see by his form this season. He's a 91 rated, kept his New South Wales spot. Played very, very well. I mean, even when he got injured in the game against the Raiders, he had 2 tries to his name that game. So very, very good. One was from just being in support from a kick, and the others was from a little grubber himself. And you can see the leadership just not quite there. As we see former Tiger, just insult to injury there. Not only did we score, have a try conceded, but players just stand around there, and we let a player like Blake Ashford just run through and not only pick up the ball, he didn't even dive on it. He picked up the ball and then put it down. So pretty appalling defense just there, and gets even worse. Brooks kicks the shit out of that ball. Probably one of the longest kicks I've had on this game. I haven't really kicked it out too often on the full, but that was one of them, and it was at a terrible time. So after 5 minutes, defending us own line yet again, a try here could be absolutely devastating. And that is Tedesco coming across there with what looks like a crucial tackle there on Luke Lewis, I believe it is. So let's take a look at it. James Tedesco, we see the ball coming through there. Couldn't really see too well, but the video ref must have better eyes than all of us. But yeah, I think it's definitely a no try. The ball came out at some point, and we got away with that one. But you can still see there, just kicking game's not there. We're just off. We're just off a little bit. I think it was Sirinen who kicked that one just before, but he does come up with a magical kick there, and that's what we want from Curtis Sirinen. And then hopefully we can take advantage of it. Doesn't start too well as Lolo, his first touch of the game, is a result of results in him getting driven back from like 5-10 meters or so. So very, very poor game from us so far, 6-0, and it looks like it's about to turn into 10-0 here. I think it's Henari Wells. He goes through and he's going to score. Dallas Wells is who it actually is. Apologies for getting the name wrong, but I hadn't actually heard of him before, and he's out in the wing there. Sharks fans, you might know a little bit about him, but I personally don't. Now, Michael Ennis is the one goal kicking. For some reason, they haven't got Michael Gordon kicking, although he is in the side. And then right here, we got really, really lucky in terms of Charrington being there at the right time. But we just get super unlucky at the same time as well as, rotator cuff injury for Charrington, and that's him done for the season for sure. They're not one of those injuries that you want. And they're sort of ones that, doctors can stuff up, sometimes, and that's your rotator cuff gone for the rest of your career. So hopefully that's not the case with Charrington, and he recovers quite well. And we do have Lawani who can come in and play for us, or Dean Hallertau, but in terms of this game right here, this is not ideal. This is not 2 games in a row, but 2 episodes in a row we've had to have Hallertau come in and play a bit of hooker. Now the first time we got away with it with the Raiders, second time we're in a chasing point situation, and we prefer to have a Robbie Farah there, a Charrington who's an attacking sort of hooker. So, not ideal situations. And Luke Brooks, I thought, should have raced away there and scored, but he did get chased down. But, gives us some pretty good field position there. Pat Richards does his thing, a little step there. And then as a result of that, we have a very poor pass there to Brendan Santee. I'm not really sure what he was supposed to do. But right here, I think it's Michael Ennis just picks up the ball after another spilled ball. And that's just the theme of this game. And that was forcing passes that weren't on. And obviously the offloads just getting put down every single time. And it's just one of those games. I mean, I think every side's experienced it. As you can see right here, Michael Gordon just goes straight around Tedesco. Like Tedesco was not even there. And rub insult into injury. Just goes for the big put down when it wasn't even needed. Just showing off a little bit there. And thankfully for us, Wade Graham misses the goal. So, I mean, I suppose there's a little bit of hope still. But, I mean, bit over 10 minutes to go here, down by 16. And then you throw a pass like that, which is going to result in another try here. We go close. I think it might be Gallen or someone. Chris Heinington is who it actually is. I think Santee put in a little bit of a chase, but it was to no avail. And, just a simple conversion there for Wade Graham. I think any prop or something could have kicked that one. Even Tim Brown from the Bulldogs could kick that one. So he's kicked him from the sideline. But yeah, it's probably our worst game of the season. You can see 28-0. Wells went in and scored his second try, and I just couldn't believe what was actually happening. It's one of those ones where you're like, what can you do? What can you do? You're trying. There wasn't through a lack of effort that this is happening. See here, right to the end, Luke Brooks, he goes in and scores it right to the end. We were trying. We were not going to be held to nil. That's just, I would not accept that. I mean, we might get smashed, but we're going to keep trying to the end. And seeing a lot of them were runaways and that sort of stuff from us. Going for the pass, going for the big play. I mean, it might not be on, but I prefer them to go for the big play than be conservative and. You know what I mean. Come finals time, that might suit us well. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. But in terms of the rest of the season, see Charrington, he's going to be out for 70 days, so not ideal for us. And Luani, we're down to our third string hooker, maybe second string. He is rated higher than Charrington, but I mean, any more injuries, and we're a little bit screwed. We have to throw in Drinkwater or someone at hook. I'm not even sure what we'll do. Halatau actually full-time hooker. Either way, we're screwed. So hopefully Luani can hold out to the rest of the season, no injuries. But yes, you can see there we dropped from 4th spot in the 6th, and we could be in a bit of a free fall there. We could drop out of the 8 with a few more losses. So we've got to make sure that we do end up winning these last few games to make the 8. Looked like we're going to make the top 4 at one stage, but yeah, making the 8 is in danger. But next episode will be very, very important. I think it's the last games of the season, so make sure you tune into that one. Tune into my Be a Pro and whatever series I'm doing at the time. Make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke YT, face the page in the description below, and if you want to leave any comments, I'll definitely reply. I'll take a look at them, and if it doesn't let me reply, it's not me not replying, it's just it won't let me. So once again, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!